the ball had gone back. What was that, Evie? Oh, what about it? Where? What part of the... In which both teams have got 2 goals to score in. So Brooke and Connie, come over here. You can start with the ball. Freya and Isla, you're going to start there. Start with the ball. Now, Brooke, Connie, Isabel, take a step back, please. So you're a couple of steps behind the white line. Perfect. You can score in that goal or that goal there. Freya and Isla, you can score in that goal or that goal there. Okay? However, Charlotte and Isabel are going to be moving behind the goals. So that if you're coming towards this goal and Charlotte moves over and she's behind the goal, you can't score in there. Okay? So you have to react to what she's doing as well as the other team. Likewise, oranges, same with Isabel. She can block either of those goals. Okay? So girls are just going to give us a demonstration. Let's play. So you notice, girls, you notice how the 2 players are moving behind the goals? Yes, no? So they're blocking it. Oh, yeah, Charlotte didn't get there quick enough. 1-0 to the Pinks.
The setup of the 4-goal game with sweepers is that both teams have 2 goals to score in, and they have a player standing behind the goals who, if they are covering one of those goals, that goal cannot be scored in. It's important when you run a game like this that you give the players a few minutes to get their head around the rules and try and process all the information that you've given them rather than stepping in at the sight of the first mistake. It also gives a really good opportunity to provide some individual coaching, which I'm about to do, and leaving players in game-like situations such as 2v1s, 3v2s, depending on how many number of players you've got.
Pass that ball to you then, right? And you went to pass it back. Who else was in front of you?
Freya.
Yeah, and? Isla. So you had both defenders in front of you, and you passed it back there. What might have been a better decision?
To pass it somewhere else.
Or? Okay, which goal do you think? Bearing in mind, everyone was over there, so what might have been the better choice?
Up there.
Turn and go for this one, yeah, because there was a lot of space here. Okay, so just try and keep an eye on where they're standing before you make that decision next time. Get back in and play.
During this practice, I chose to step in and coach the team minimally. I wanted to focus more on the individual and give the kids a chance to play and come up with their own solutions. When I did step in, I wanted to make sure that I was beginning with something positive and then highlighting how they could have added to that to make it even more positive. Such as this situation where the ball went back to the goalkeeper, but then the players stood still rather than finding the space in the wide areas where it was available. I also wanted to make sure there was a lot of Q&A so that the players are giving me the answers rather than me providing it to them.
Right, I was really happy that Izzy decided to keep the ball by using Brooke there. Oh, all right, really nicely done. So you stand there, Brooke. So, that ball goes back. After that ball goes back, what do you think my first thought should be? Where?
Away from the
Not necessarily the nearest goal.
away from the
Okay, where? What space? In what area?
near the goal and away from the defender.
Okay. But if I just run forward, what's the problem? Because think about it, why did Brooke pass back? Because she was being marked and there was players in the middle. So where's our best movement now. Past, it's that wide movement we've been talking about since we first started here. Now if Brooke decides to choose me again, great, I'm wide open and I've got time to turn and go forward. If Charlotte decides to mark me and Isabel goes wide as well and Freya decides to mark Isabel, brilliant, now there's a big gap. Brooke, yes, I love it. And we've got that pass through the middle, okay? So just something to think about, girls. If you pass that ball back, think about how you're going to create that space for yourselves to get the chance to attack. Okay? Sorry for the stoppage. Let's play on. Oh. Okay, let's swap the person behind the goal, whoever it hasn't been yet. We're going to change the rules slightly in a couple of minutes. That's it, love that, love that. Yes, great ball, great run as well, Isabel. That's it, think about our movement now, girls. Yeah, well done, Connie, good reaction.
By using question and answer to get the information out of the players, I find that it's more likely to stick in their heads, so that when they go into the game, along with the demonstrations that have gone in place, they've got a clearer picture of what's expected of them and what's going to allow them to have success in terms of scoring goals. As we can see, those movements out wide when the ball is played back to the sweeper are starting to happen automatically and consistently from the players. Sometimes they might need a little bit of prompting. For example, you might shout out, think about your movement. The ball has gone back to the sweeper. What do we do now? Just as a little thing to jog their memory without actually telling them what to do. If we want to help develop players that become good decision makers, we have to let them make their own decisions. The movement out wide also starts to happen in the game when the sweeper isn't used. And because players are giving each other that bit of space, they're able to make the best decision available to them when they have the ball, whether that be to dribble, pass, turn or shoot.
Where's that? Yes, Isabel, lovely goal. Well worked, girls. Okay, come on in. As we're going to change the rules ever so slightly. Freya, just stand there with the ball.
Draw.
Put the ball on the floor.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say now, right, is that the sweeper can enter the pitch. So if Freya's got the ball and there's not a pass available, I'm going to let her dribble forward or dribble onto the pitch. Now if that happens, what's the problem?
She has to be careful what she's doing. Because nobody's guarding the goal.
Okay, so what do you think needs to happen?
One of the people out there has to come.
Exactly. I'm going to take her space and I'm now the sweeper. At the same time, Ida, go and stand over there. Isabel and Brooke, go and stand over there. Marker. At the same time, if I see this situation, okay, actually no, Isabel, come and stand in front of Freya. Okay, if I see this situation and Brooke's marking Isla and Freya's in a bit of trouble, you want to look at the ball though, Isabel, right? Because I can run onto the pitch. Freya, yes, into some space. And then once again, I need someone taking my place. And I've got the chance to score. So you don't just have to have the ball to enter the pitch. Okay? But we have to make sure someone takes our spot if we do come out. Okay?
The progression to this activity provides a couple of benefits. First off, it encourages the players to think both offensively and defensively. Young players can sometimes crowd around the ball because they all want to go forward and score, and they forget about the back, leaving players open to exploit that space, go forward and score against them. This encourages that bit of position rotation so that even if the sweeper decides to attack, one of the players is stepping in to cover the space that they've then vacated. It also helps encourage players to think that defence isn't a bad position. They can still join the attack, and by encouraging this type of movement, it allows them to see that defenders can do that in a game, and they can trust their teammates to cover them if they do.